What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. Today I am unboxing the Jazwares Ring of Honor Jerry Lynn versus Nigel McGuiness Jazwares Vault exclusive 2-pack. So excited to get this unboxed on the channel. Such a cool set. And two guys for the first time in the line for Jazwares. And not only that, two guys who haven't had a lot of figures. So I'm really excited about that. 1 of 4,000, as it says right up here in the corner. Definitely a cool set to get the Ring of Honor. I believe that's the pure title. We'll get a zoom in on there if we can. World. It does not. I don't know. I swear that's a pure title. Maybe it's not. I could be wrong there. Cool artwork on the back. Jerry Lynn versus Nigel McGuiness. Once again, Jerry Lynn versus Nigel McGuiness. Such a cool set. Really looking forward to this one a lot. And you know, Jerry Lynn. Let's start with him. Huge favorite of mine. I remember the first time I remember seeing him. The ECW days. I watched a VHS tape. Jerry Lynn versus Rob Van Dam. What a match. And it immediately made me a Jerry Lynn fan. Of course, then I found out, he'd actually been in WCW. He was Mr. JL. I was like, I remember watching Mr. JL. Like, are you kidding me? And realizing that was Jerry Lynn, and there's just this amazingly talented guy. I had no clue. And then ECW kind of gave him his first real break. Of course, he shows up in the WWE. That doesn't last real long. And he went to, of course, Ring of Honor and did some stuff in TNA. But Jerry Lynn's always been one of those guys who's always been one of my favorites, and not a lot of figures. And that's crazy to me. In fact, I think it's 3. Am I correct here? So he had the ECW Champion Clashers. That was his debut figure. Love the ECW OSFTM line. That line does not get enough love. Absolutely love that line. Then he for many years had none, and then he came back with a Figures Toy Company, Legends of the Professional Wrestling figure. The Figures Toy Company line was not my favorite at all, but that Jerry Lynn figure was pretty nice. I did like that, and it had the old school look to it, so I didn't hate it. And then most recently, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast did a Major Bendy of Jerry Lynn, which I also really liked. In fact, I did 2 versions, so I guess that could be 2 different figures. So 4 totals up until now. Not a lot of figures, but then you look at Nigel McGuiness, another guy. Love this figure. Not a lot of figures here either. In fact, he had a TNA Jax figure as Desmond Wolfe. Remember the name Desmond Wolfe? A lot of people were not happy about that. That was kind of a thing. WWE was changing names, so TNA, hey, we're going to change names too. It's like, okay, why? Like, especially with TNA, it's like you would have gotten a lot more out of debuting him as Nigel McGuiness, in my opinion. Same story and everything, but just have him be Nigel McGuiness. But, what are you going to do? So he comes in as Desmond Wolfe. He does get, I believe, 1 figure. Could be wrong there. Don't fact check me. Well, you can. I don't care. And then he got also got a Figures Toy Company ROH figure. And that was it. So not a lot of figures for these two guys, which is really unfortunate because they're both really good. And honestly, I feel like Jazwares gets some hate. We're going to zoom in on here. I feel like they did a pretty good job with these. The faces are not bad at all. Of course, we'll look at them here in a little bit here. But we got the Jerry Lynn's got the solid black gear, which probably does represent his ROH look. But overall, I don't hate this at all. I think this is a really cool set, and I'm excited to unbox it. I haven't bought a lot from the Jazwares Vault. A few things. The Briscoes were definitely a must-buy for me. But, a lot of the figures were kind of just, okay, I don't really need, a new version of the Young Bucks or, Danhausen or whoever it might have been. Not a lot, a lot of stuff that hasn't done a lot for me, so I didn't opt to pick it up, to be totally honest with you. But this was definitely a must-buy set. And, I think these are still available. I believe they are still actually on Ringside Collectibles as well. I don't know if they're on Jazwares Vault. They might be. If they're on Ringside, I would say that they probably are. Oh, we're losing a hand there. That's all right. So we're going to pop Jerry Lynn out of there. Oh, that hand just popped right out too. And maybe, oh my gosh. This is brutal. I am having trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Doing this with a camera right in front of me, I'm not going to lie, it's not the easiest thing in the world. But we're going to make this happen. One way or another. We're pushing through. Oh my gosh. This is like Well, I got half a Jerry Lynn. Luckily, don't worry, these figures do go back together, which is nice. But my gosh, not an easy figure to remove from the plastic, I tell you. All right, so we got Jerry Lynn out. Got his hand there. I did drop one hand. I'll see if I think I see it over there. Nigel McGuiness has got his jacket. We got it out. Let's see if we can get Nigel out without cutting the man in half. Well, it's not looking good so far. Okay. My gosh, so much. It's like it's so deep in the plastic. And we are out. Yes. Okay. Get the hand out of there. All right. Man, that was ridiculous. I'm trying to find Jerry Lynn's other hand. I think that might be it. I'm not gonna lie. There's a bunch of hands down here, and I can't I can't decipher which one's his. That's okay. All right, let's get Jerry Lynn fixed up here and put back together. We're gonna take this shirt off. Hopefully, there's no staining. They do have the plastic around the body, so that's good. That you like. I do like seeing that. That doesn't make for the best look of the figure, but if it helps with the staining, I'm okay with it. What do you guys think? I mean, I guess for the mint on card people, it might look kind of weird, but you know what? I don't want the staining on the figure, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Actually, this ab piece actually pops out too, if I can hang on to them, and you can. My gosh, kind of put all these together. So, what do you guys think about figures that pop in and out? I know the WWE Superstars figures do that, and you know, that's not everybody's cup of tea probably, but I do kind of like the fact that I can put these together as I want. He's got more plastic on him. My gosh. Oh, it's tape. Well, that's no good. I don't want tape on him. That's going to be so hard to get off. Oh my gosh. Well, I think I got it. My goodness. This has not been going as well as I had hoped, ladies and gentlemen. All right, get Nigel here. Ooh, his boot's a little loose there. I don't like that. Hopefully he stands up okay. You know, that's the thing is, like, when I was a kid, that stuff didn't bother me as much because I was playing with them. I wasn't really displaying. And now that I'm more just displaying, that makes it a lot harder. You want everything to... Gotta love that. His hand came out with the plastic. Goodness. Wow, what a unboxing this has become. I'm struggling, ladies and gentlemen. We got tape on these guys. We got plastic on these guys. They're everywhere. I'm gonna have a major cleanup when I'm done with this thing. My goodness. All right, more tape. Oh, he's got tape residue. That's no good. Come on, Jazwares. What are we doing here? This is horrible. This is definitely one of those videos I should have taken offline and readjusted. In fact, we'll do just that. Man, oh man, what an unboxing this has been. I may have to cut some of that out just because it was so horrible. We'll see what happens here. But Jerry Lynn, Nigel McGuiness, they are opened up. Not terrible looking. There are some issues with this, though. I'm not going to lie. So let's kind of zoom in here on Jerry Lynn's pants. A lot of like weird little scuffs almost. The artwork on the pants itself looks good. I do like the tights. And like I said, the face on Jerry Lynn, I have no complaints. That's Jerry Lynn all day. The pins on the elbows, that's just what Jazwares does, so I'm not going to knock that because it is what it is. But overall, not a bad figure. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not horrible. Nigel is where my issues lie. He does have a little bit of paint, or I'm sorry, not paint, some tape residue, but I can wash that off. But look here, we got some, you can see it, well, that might be tape residue right there, but right here definitely is bleed through from the shirt. So that's not the best. But my real issue is right here. Look at that. I mean, just the absolute worst foot. And getting him to stand, I mean, there's nothing there. And so getting him to stand was not an easy task. I'm afraid long term that's going to be an issue with this figure. Is that when you try to get him to stand, that leg's almost going to give way every time. And it really just makes it difficult to try to get him to stand. So, other than that, though, I don't hate the set at all. It's not a bad set. It's just, oh my gosh, that leg. You know, that leg's gonna give me. As you can see, I'm struggling with it right now just to get it to to stand upright. Come on, buddy. Come on, Nigel. Stand up for me, pal. It's just not going to be easy. Man, okay. It's like as soon as I get it set, that leg is going to kind of move underneath. I got it earlier. Well, let's see if I can get it again. I don't know. And like I said, I was really looking forward to this set, and I was actually in this video really wanting to put over Jazwares, but for this being my first Jazware, there we go, unboxing, it's not looking great. But it is a good set. Other than that, and that's not. I hope that's an isolated incident. But let me know in the comments. Did you pick up this set? Were the joints loose? And if it's like a loose elbow or something, that doesn't bother me as much. But when they have to use the legs to stand up with, that does make it a little bit harder. I do like that he's got the ring jacket and the t-shirt, and of course Jerry Lynn's got the t-shirt, so not bad there. It's just, man, it's just kind of a difficult thing, because with that leg like that, it does make it difficult. But are you guys AEW fans? Are you fans of ROH, actually, rather, because this is an ROH line? ROH not had a lot of figure representation over the years. Of course, Figures Toy Company had the line back in the day. They did release a few figures. It's a little controversial, not the best ones ever. But we did get some first-time in the lines, first-time Briscoes ever had figures, which was kind of fun. But obviously, I think Jazwares, no secret, is doing a much better job with the line. Who are some ROH characters you'd like to see? I think for me, and one that comes to mind, we haven't seen from Jazwares, and I still to this day have no idea why. Colt Cabana. Where's the Colt Cabana figure? Let's get some Colt Cabana figures. I also know another one, a guy who is working backstage, is Chris Hero. I would love to see Chris Hero in this line. That Cassius Ohno Elite, still one of my all-time favorites. So I would love to see Chris Hero represented here. But overall, it's a fun set. I'm just a little disappointed, I guess. I'm disappointed with some of the quality issues. I think when you spend $40 or $50 on a 2-pack and then it comes in and you have issues, you're just like, you know, it does take the wind out of your sails a little bit. And I'm a little bit more lenient on independent companies more so than these bigger companies, because I feel like the bigger companies should have seen this through. With an independent company, they may still be getting their footwork, so I am a little bit more lenient on that regard. But, you know, you still spend money and you still want it to be a quality thing. But like I said, getting Nigel in the line was awesome. Getting Jerry Lynn in the line was awesome. And I'm hoping we get more guys like this from the Jazwares line. Overall, definitely a cool set. So hopefully your quality issues aren't as bad as mine on this particular instance. But overall, a cool set. What do you guys think? Is this something you guys plan to pick up? Are you AEW Jazwares fans at all? ROH Jazwares fans? Are you wrestling figure fans? Maybe not at all. But let me know what you guys think. Check out my other videos. You can get a ton of other videos on my channel now. I've recently unboxed Count Dracula from Fresh Monkey Fiction's Operation Monster Force. That was a super fun line. A really fun unboxing. I've also unboxed Vampire Burns from the Simpsons line, the new Simpsons Jax line. Such a fun line there. Not to mention several big rubber guys, both members of Powers of Pain, the Warlord and the Barbarian, and Andre the Giant, which was my very first video, all unboxed from the big rubber guys, as well as Kurt Fuller from No Holds Barred, from the Hastel Toy Grapplers and Gimmicks line. So lots of cool unboxings there to check out if you are into those, of course. And then make sure to check out the TB Toycast podcast every Thursday. We have a different main event where we dive into a specific toy line and kind of talk all about it. And I always try to bring up a specific episode. One of our early ones, maybe the greatest wrestling figure line of all time, WWF Hasbro Series 1. Hard to argue. Most of us love Hasbros. That's why the retro line is so popular. And that's kind of where it all started. It was a totally different take from WWF LJNs, the wrestling superstars, but definitely a lot of fun. So check that out wherever you get your podcast. That's Jerry Lynn. That's Nigel McGuiness. This is the TB Toycast YouTube channel, and we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.